So if you've been a videophile, you probably miss the quality of plasma televisions. That kind of quality hasn't been seen in a while, but you can take heart in the fact that there's something new called OLED. So LG's new OLED technology is actually not something that has been introduced today. It has been present for a while, but this is possibly the first time that LG is really trying to push this into the market. TV technology has come a long way, and this year's CES showed us that there's a lot that is going to happen in the future. LG's OLED TV is a 4K UHD 65-inch TV which costs 5,79,000 rupees, which means that most of us cannot afford it. But that said, there is still a possibility that these TVs will eventually come to consumer pricing. LG itself believes that when it has enough volumes, it will be able to bring the price down. So if you're talking about the OLED panel, what this does is that each pixel is an LED in itself, which allows LG to turn off an entire pixel and achieve nearly true blacks. Because of this, your black levels in the TV are better, and at 50% brightness, the LG OLED gave us a contrast ratio of about 81,000:1. That is something we have not seen till date in any TV. In fact, the Samsung UHD Curved TV, which was also launched at CES this year, gave us a contrast ratio of 1100:1. So you can imagine the kind of difference that this OLED panel brings to the market. Of course, it is a novelty for now, but it is still the best TV in the market. If you have cash lying around, go ahead and buy it. Another thing that the OLED achieves is that it gets rid of all the motion blur. So if you're a gamer, you'll really enjoy gaming on this. Not only can this TV play 4K at 60 FPS, it is also capable of dealing with 1080p content very well. It upscales the content by itself. So this is exactly the kind of thing that you want from a really high-end TV. Yes, I again reiterate that 5,79,000 is not something most of us can spend, but if you are talking about the future of TV technology, then OLED is going to be the future. They'll have to figure out some ways to get rid of things like burn-in and the fact that the OLED light and the brightness of the TV can go down with time. Also, these are some things that we will be testing in future, and we'll let you know if that actually happens, because LG has said that burn-in is not going to happen. And to be honest, in a TV you don't really have the same image on your screen for a long time. So yes, burn-in may not happen, but we'll have to determine whether the brightness does go down with time. So we will be informing you of that in future. The LG OLED works on LG's WebOS. So that's another thing about TVs today. You've always heard of smart TVs, but these new TVs, the ones from Samsung running on Tizen, the ones from Google running on Android, and the one from LG running on WebOS are truly smart. They have a smart operating system working on it, and LG's WebOS may finally have found a place where it can do well. LG has tried this before on phones, on watches, on a lot of things, but it hasn't worked out. But this TV with WebOS is possibly one of the smoothest interfaces that we have seen till date. And we have seen Tizen, we have seen Android TV. What I will tell you though is that Android TV's touchpad is much easier than the smart remote that LG brings. The smart remote basically works like the mouse that you have on your PC. You will just point it at your TV and you will move it around, and you will see a cursor moving around. You have a scroller here to scroll through things. You have a bunch of buttons to go through the OS. It of course has inbuilt apps like Hangama, YouTube, and some others. LG has actually increased the number of Indian apps in WebOS recently. Although it's not a huge increase, it's still something. You can see that the company is working towards it. There's also voice control on this TV, so you can press the voice button on the remote and you can just tell the TV what you want and it will bring you the content if it can find it. And the voice control works quite well. It works pretty much the same as Android TV. That said, the Android TV has something of a touch interface. The touch interface that Android TV has is easier to get used to than the LG Magic Remote. But I will also say that if you do get used to the LG Magic Remote, you may not want to use something else. Speaking of a touchpad, you can also use the LG Android TV using your phone, because LG does provide the Magic Remote app which can control your TV, and you have all the controls built into the app, so you can basically pair the phone with the TV and it will start working with the TV. Overall, speaking about the LG TV, this is definitely the best TV in the market right now. and it's the best TV that you can't afford right now.